to what you said about electrifying a crowd, he's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both failed.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on, but the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you've got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Jackson. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Now it's Jackson. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Jackson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So this time the conversion is good after he... Two-point tries, Charles. They're 1 for 3 now.
And you would figure with 3 touchdowns scored, your minimum number of points would be 21, right? 3 extra points. And as you noted, they went for 2 twice, didn't get it. Went here again. This reminds me of something a coach told me a while ago. They have more 2-point plays on their ready sheet nowadays than ever before. It used to be like 1 or 2. Now most teams have up to 6 or 7 that they have at the ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Rodgers now to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So it'll be a loss of 10 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Here's Rodgers. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. That's taken at around the 40. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be a short field ahead as the AFC takes over 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And shutting him off, now open field. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside.
Touchdown! Tyreek Hill. He scored on the ground and through the air. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The AFC coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Throwing now is Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And some room to run now. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. After the sack on 1st down, Rodgers. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Throwing is Jackson. The try. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually out in the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
On 2nd and goal, there's an option play left. And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. Lamar Jackson doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the AFC able to stretch that big lead even further.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Lamar Jackson, what is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the AFC just continues to pour it on. Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. And he will not be able to turn the corner. He's out of bounds, shy of the goal line, and the defense steps up and denies the attempt for 2.
Another not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit, but all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so.
The NFC with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now it's Rodgers. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first down, Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
Rodgers going to throw. Flushed, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
The numbers for the NFC on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. There he goes, right side. And he is going to score. It's a pick six. Touchdown.
Situation. You know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
They'll try and throw for it. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. Pick six, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and an AFC touchdown.
The mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in game.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 5, and he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Ed one told me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he stopped immediately there. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll try the middle with Kupp. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Escaping the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the NFC. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13.
Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Expecting it. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. Room here to run. Past the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
The offense for the NFC back out there.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They start the drive with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers to throw. Left side to Lamb. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
The slant connects with Davante Adams. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Rodgers again now.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. Touchdown. It's Davante Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the NFC able to claw one back. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Jackson now. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw is Jackson. Take this in for an AFC touchdown.
Sometimes with Lamar Jackson, I just step back in absolute awe. He's absolutely sensational with most quarterbacks. It's the first 3 seconds after the snap that you worry about what they're going to do. With him, if there's any additional time, you really have to worry as he breaks off another big run for a touchdown.
And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this is a half with not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and an AFC touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the... Take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Rodgers.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the NFC to possess it first as we are back and underway for the 3rd quarter. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The NFC offense heads out to begin this 3rd quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back.
And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
On second down, Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Here's Rodgers. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And they will remain well behind. So making 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
Here's the option going left on second down. There's the stiff arm. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Now it's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the AFC able to stretch that big lead even further.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone and is confident.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass.
On 3rd down, Jackson. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
And
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the AFC just continues to pour it on. And a special play there by the special teams. It's one thing to fake it. He ran it in for the score.
I think the special teams coach saw something on film and prep.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The NFC offense heading back onto the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe...
And now here's another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and an AFC touchdown. And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you line up. There's a fake, and he's going to get two. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward is just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick six. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. So sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. When you talk about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Jackson's going to keep it. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Second down and goal. Jackson. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Here's Mahomes, his first throw since coming in. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill. And the AFC able to use the short field as they cash in for 6 points. Mahomes will throw for it. Taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. To try again after the sack. Rodgers, his throw incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And taken right on the 30. A great return there. Bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Mahomes. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Patrick Mahomes adding to his bag of tricks with a tremendous run. And the AFC able to stretch that big lead even further. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they had two. Their lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Jackson on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. This one has been fun so far, as the Pro Bowl usually is. A lot of relaxed faces out there. 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
And into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the AFC just continues to pour it on. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Here now the NFC to take over on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. It's the AFC in possession, though they trail here to begin the 4th. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Now it's Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. J. Watt, his second sack of the night.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 55 yards. And the AFC able to stretch that big lead even further. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Tucker. Following the touchdown. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And again, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And a cut.